My name's Thomas Granger, 63 years old, widowed, owner of Granger Ranch, nestled in the dusty hills just outside Elkhorn, Montana. Folks around here call me the Lone Ox, partly 'cause I'm built like one. Partly 'cause I've lived alone ever since my wife passed 5 winters ago. I've got cattle, horses, more acres than I care to count, but not a soul to come home to. I talk more to the wind than I do to people. That's just how life's been. Simple, quiet, and a little bit lonely. Last spring, things shifted. My knees gave out while mending a fence and Doc Reynolds gave me the talk. Less work, more rest. So, for the first time in years, I posted a notice for a live-in maid. Just some help around the house, cooking, maybe a bit of cleaning, didn't expect much. But then she showed up. "I'm Rosa," she said, stepping off the bus with one battered suitcase and a tired smile, maybe mid-20s, skin sun-kissed, hands rough like mine, something in her eyes, honest but guarded, like she'd seen the world spit people out and learned not to flinch. She wasn't what I imagined. She didn't ask for a fixed salary. Just a room, meals, and a chance. Said she'd been through a rough patch. I didn't ask, didn't want to scare her off. For weeks she worked quietly. Dishes sparkled. Meals tasted like something my wife would have made. She hummed softly when she thought no one was listening. Spanish lullabies, maybe. She never touched a dime from the counter, never even peeked in my study. But old habits die hard. One evening I left the safe wide open on purpose. Just left it there, unlocked, the thick steel door yawning open like a mouth asking to be fed. Inside stacks of cash, the ranch title, old letters, everything that mattered. Then I went out back, pretending to feed the horses, heart pounding. It wasn't about the money. It was about trust. About knowing if I could finally let someone in again. When I returned an hour later, the safe was untouched, but something else was missing. Rosa. Her room was empty. Suitcase gone. The kitchen was spotless as always. But on the old oak table, she'd left a note. "To Mr. Granger." I saw the safe. I knew it was a test. I failed one like that before when I was desperate and young. I'm not that girl anymore, but I know trust is hard to earn. If I made you doubt me, I'll go. Thank you for giving me a home, even if just for a little while. I sat in that kitchen for a long time, staring at the note, thinking about what kind of world makes a young woman feel like she has to run just to prove she's honest. Then I noticed something odd. In the corner, next to the window, was a basket of folded shirts, mine, pressed and neatly stacked. The top one was sewn at the sleeve, something I hadn't asked her to fix. Just like that I knew. She didn't leave out of guilt. She left out of grace. She thought she was protecting me. I couldn't sit with that. The next morning, I hitched up the old truck and drove the county roads asking around. Took 3 days to track her to a diner 2 towns over, waitressing part-time, sleeping in the back. I didn't say much. Just walked in, tipped my hat, and slid a key across the table. "That's to your new room. Back at the ranch." She looked at it, then at me. "You sure? Never been more." Rosa came back, but not as a maid. As family, and the safe. I keep it locked now. Not for fear, but because there's nothing in it I value more than what's already in my home. Rosa came back. But not as a maid. As family. She cooked. I fixed things, and sometimes we sat on the porch in silence, sharing coffee and watching the horizon melt into gold. She started planting wildflowers along the fence line. Said it made the land feel less lonely. I started laughing more. Even got back into carving little wooden animals like I used to. One evening, I caught her helping a neighbor's boy with his reading. He'd been skipping school, embarrassed he couldn't keep up. She sat with him, patient as spring rain, turning each page with care like it mattered. That boy's smile was brighter than any Montana sunrise. That's when it hit me. Rosa didn't just clean my house. She healed it. She brought warmth into a place long gone cold. Not with grand gestures or promises, but with everyday kindness. Quiet acts, simple truths. The kind that don't shout, but stay. Months passed and folks in town began to notice. Kids came by to help feed the animals. A widow down the road started leaving pies by our gate. Even old Hank the Grump, who hadn't spoken to anyone in a decade, started dropping by just to chat. Our ranch became a place of peace, a soft landing for people who needed it. One winter morning, Rosa and I stood outside as the snow blanketed everything in sight. She turned to me and said, "I never thought I'd find a place where I didn't have to run." I looked at her and smiled. "You didn't find it, Rosa. You built it." Because sometimes, the most broken places are the ones where kindness grows the strongest roots, and all it takes is one open door and one good heart to walk through it.